1 2 1 2 test 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 1 2 1 2 test 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 1 2 3 4 5
Strictly with,
Guys, attention, before we get started this morning, Bob had asked that I make an announcement, and that's for all of you who didn't hear. Florida State beat Miami in the last 26 seconds of the game last Saturday.
Just as a follow-up to that, Mr. Harris brought a helmet signed by Bobby Bowden and who's that other coach? Jimbo Fisher. And Jimbo Fisher yesterday, just to taunt me a little bit. That helmet would be a whole heck of a lot better just with Bobby Bowden's name on it.
and this is being streamed live, correct? Okay, got it.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to call this meeting to order from recess from yesterday. Ms. Hood, roll call.
Mr. Cressida,
Present.
Dr. Kitchen, Mr. Williams, Ms. Mulhern,
Here.
Ms. Bradley,
Here?
Dr. Mato.
I'm here.
I'd like to thank everybody who's here. We're back. We're not doing the hybrid with you all calling in. This way I don't have to look at the ceiling and talk to you anymore. So I'm extremely grateful for that. I'm grateful to have our staff here. So it's good to get back to some normalcy. But I do want to thank you for all being here today. So with that, and also in my welcome today, I'd like to introduce a person who's been around our industry for many years. He was a former executive director of FAPS and he is now the Executive Director of the American Association of Cosmetology Schools, Mr. Cecil Kidd.
Welcome to all the schools, but especially in the cosmetology schools. We'd love to talk to you at some point today, so I'll be around all day long.
There's a seat open next to Mr. Harris if you'd like to sit down.
He said that because I was not rooting for the right team last night.
Will the real Mr. Santoro today please do the introductions. Please say your name, your position, and the school you're representing.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Paul, and I'm representing Broward Miami Health Institute.
Good morning, my name is Heather Kaminsky and I'm representing the Gainesville School of Medical Massage.
Morning, Commissioners and staff. I'm Dr. Jose Otero from Otero Consulting Group.
Good morning, I'm Sandra Smith, and I'm representing Medical Career Healthcare Training.
Morning, Maritza Caban here, Campus Director, Cruz Institute.
Antonio Cruz, CEO, Cruz Institute.
Paul Snyder, Chairman, Hartwell University. Good morning, Andrew Roselle with I Teach Florida. I'm the Program Director.
Nicole Vaitez, I'm the Director of Compliance for Hollywood Institute of Beauty Careers and Cortiva Institute.
Good morning, Cindy Lee Niles with Cindy Lee's Facial and Nail School.
Mary, I'm her mother.
Dr. Albert Chester, the Capstone Institute.
Good morning, Christy Bordelon Consulting.
Good morning, I'm Carlos Rodanes, Director of Consumer Operations and Compliance, New Horizons Computer Learning Centers.
Good morning, Charlene Poole, Executive Director, New Horizons Computer Learning Centers.
Good morning, Sheena Thompson, representing Excelsior Ultrasound Institute, Orlando.
Good morning, Dr. Andrew Thompson, representing Excelsior Ultrasound Institute of Orlando, Florida.
Good morning, Jeff Priscilla, American Vocational Academy.
Good morning. I'm Sandra von Eschenbach. I'm the Executive Vice President of the National Investigative Training Academy.
Good morning. My name is Myung-ni, E.G. Hebrium Barber School in Orlando. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kyle Weber, Executive Director, Healthcare Training of Florida.
Hello, good morning. Marva Malcolm, representing Truth Health Academy, Sunrise.
Good morning, Catherine Swetland, Florida Dental Assistant Training Schools in Orlando.
Good morning, Dr. Ballet from Ballet Dental Assistant School, Deltona, Florida.
Good morning, Rosalind Green, Compliance and Development Director, Roadmaster Driver Schools, Tampa, Orlando, and Jacksonville.
Good morning, Caitlin Devers-Jones, Compliance Manager, Roadmaster Driver School.
Good morning, Natasha Nicholas, President and Director of Nursing of Donatello School of Nursing in Apopka, Florida.
Good morning, Jitu. I am from Life's Choice Institute, Newport Richey. I'm the director.
Jason Perry, CEO at Suncoast Developers Guild, St. Petersburg, Florida.
Good morning, Vicky Di Coloredo Mels, at Saber Education Consultants.
Good morning, Julio Rodriguez, Heritage Education of Miami, Florida.
Good morning, Alan Mortham, the not so illustrious but current Executive Director of the Florida Association of Post-Secondary Schools.
Alan, you are definitely illustrious.
I will be standing in the back in unison with my fellow Cane because I went to Dork Campbell Stadium and got the wrong result as well. So I'll stand the rest of the meeting. Ruben Raineri from Nursing Unlimited.
Who played last night?
Patrick Benet, Benet's Career Academy. Good morning.
Wilmarie Horta Cades Technical Institute.
From the Easy Hair Beauty Barber School, my name is Jin Lee.
Good morning, Elizabeth Patricia, Academy of Career Training.
Good morning, Adam Driggers, owner, Alpha School Massage.
Good morning, Reed Allison with Southern Technical College.
Good morning, Tara Dowdle, Director of Compliance, Palma to the School Orlando and Palma to the School Tampa.
Good morning, Cindy Ann Echeverry, Director of Education for International Institute of Education located in Margate.
Juan Carlos Landizabal, owner and director for International Institute of Education, Margate, Florida.
Good morning, Sheila South, Director of Education, Southern Technical Institutes.
Good morning, President of Palmetto Medical Institute.
Good morning, Luigi Suplis, Program Coordinator for Palmetto Medical Institute.
Good morning, Carolina Licea from Georgia Dental Academy.
Good morning, Commission. Dr. Eric Wright, Military Transition Academy, Florida.
Good morning, everyone. India Hankins from Dolly Monroe Beauty Academy.
Good morning. I am Shirley Ellis, the owner and director of the Academy of Aesthetics and Nails.
Good morning, Arpita Patel with the Academy of Aesthetics and Nails.
Good morning, Julio Reyes from Professional Career School, owner and director.
Good morning, Marie Almanor from Uplift Career Center.
Jessica Pamplona with Art of Hair Academy and Studio, West Palm Beach.
Stephen Lazara, Director of Finance and Compliance, Veda Institutes, Florida.
Good morning, everybody. Trang Nguyen from Orlando Nails and Barber Institute, Orlando, Florida.
Right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Willie Moody. I represent Prophet Barber School that's located in Tallahassee, Florida.
Good morning, Dr. Michelle Ernst, Chief Academic and Compliance Officer, SAE Institute, North America.
Good morning, Amber Johnson, representing Empire Beauty School, West Palm Beach.
Good morning, Sharon Major from Skin 360 Beauty Institute in Seffner, Florida.
Good morning, my name is Diana, Nails School, European Beauty Academy, Tampa, Florida.
Good morning, Brian Black, General Counsel and owner of Paul Mitchell the School in Fort Myers. And I may add, this is my lovely wife of 35 years. She's co-owner as well.
Tina Black, Palma to the School, Fort Myers.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Christian Pyrus from Sarasota, Florida, representing Crispy Barber Academy.
Edith Pyrus, Crispy Barber Academy.
Tess Cavalier, Director of Compliance for 160 Driving Academy.
Good morning, my name is Steve Gold. I'm the founder of the 160 Driving Academy.
Good morning, my name is Bob Harris. I'm with the law firm of Messer Caparello in Tallahassee, Florida, and a proud graduate of the best football team in Florida.
My name is Luis Castillo from Miami Barber Institute. I left my turnover chain in the car. But happy to be here. Good morning.
Good morning, Disnette Rivron, Director and owner of the Spa Barber Academy in Miami, Florida.
Do y'all want to introduce the two little ones since they'll be representing your school today?
They're shy. All of a sudden.
I was kidding with them earlier. They were one of the first ones here. I said that they were going to speak today. So. Mr. Ferguson. Oh, wait. you know, you had to bring up Florida State again. As I said yesterday, even a blind squirrel gets a nut every now and then, so. Go ahead.
Yeah, if the other squirrel happens to drop it. Two or three times. All right, Mr. Chair, if I might, I have with us today, and for those of you who haven't met your program specialist or haven't talked to them, and there's several of you out there that have not contacted us, please, at the break, make a point to say hello or introduce yourself. Don't try and give us anything to take back, please. We're trying to get back and forth. If it comes in the office, we have a method by which it comes through the front desk and everything is logged in and we have it in the database. If you need something, let your program specialists know they, even though most are products of public education, they can take notes and will get you what you need. Me being one of those folks. With us today, I have Ms. Risa Rudolph, who is Assistant Executive Director, Ms. Jenna Parton, who is the General Counsel for the Commission. I have with us Joey Smith, Stephanie Lyon, Victor Sori, Austin Ard, Ashley Schnick, Chris DeSalvo, Angela Shelby, Jason Bowman, Catherine Lillard, Cheryl Miller, Monica Brooks, Mike Santora, and Joseph Garcia. Of course, my assistant and recording secretary for the commission, Ms. Susan Hood. And for those of you who don't know, this handsome guy, I'm Sam Ferguson, Florida State graduate. University of North Carolina also, but Florida State's home. And again, Mr. Chair, we welcome everybody. It's nice to have all these wonderful faces back out in the audience and also a full staff. So.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ferguson. Did you have any comments, Council?
No comments.
Okay, so we're going to get started. This was a very odd agenda that we had 16 new schools, and we usually go through the new schools one at a time, but staff was able to send us all the materials earlier for this meeting. They contacted each of the commissioners for their responses. So we are going to do this in a consent. What that means is if you are on the consent and none of the commissioners pull you, just don't go run back to your school and start it up. Okay? Please wait until you receive the letter from the commission because you may have contingencies that you need to fulfill before you can start your operation. Is that understood for all the new schools? Okay, because if we went through all of these, we'd be having breakfast together tomorrow morning. So, Chair will entertain a motion for consent.
We need Hartwell.
So moved, sir.
Oh, okay. We're going to hold off on that for 1 second. We had a school that we missed yesterday. It was part of the religious affidavits. It was N20, Hartwell University. He didn't jump up quick enough and wave his hands or stand on a chair, and so he's back this morning to represent his university.
Good morning. My name is Paul Snyder, and I'm the chairman of a new institution called Hartwell University. Thank you guys for allowing me to come before you today. Our president, Kim Laster, wanted to be here, but unfortunately she has the flu. Ms. Laster, by the way, is a former Walmart corporate officer and VP who started their global compliance division. As an attorney with her background, she has a rare depth of understanding when it comes to regulatory compliance, and as you can imagine, she takes it very seriously, as do I. The reason I'm here today is to take any questions you might have and explain the religious nature of our name, Hartwell, Hartwell, that we believe satisfies the Florida statute in question. I know everybody knows the statute, but if you don't mind, I'll read it briefly just for the record. It states, a religious college may operate without governmental oversight if the college annually verifies by sworn affidavit to the commission that one, the name of the institution includes a religious modifier or the name of a religious patriarch, saint, person, or symbol of the church. We understand that the name of a Florida religious institution must meet at least one of the 3 general stipulations listed in order to qualify for an exemption. As I trust you will see, Hartwell meets the 2 latter stipulations as both the name of a religious person as well as a symbol of the church. Under penalty of perjury, I have submitted a sworn affidavit to this commission verifying these facts. First, the religious symbol that our name contains. Hartwell literally means stag spring or deer fountain. Since the time of the early church, stags with wells and fountains have been depicted in Christian mosaics, paintings, and stained glass in some of the most famous cathedrals in the world as symbols of Christ and Christians and of the waters of salvation and baptism. For instance, the mosaic over the 3rd century altar in Rome's Basilica of St. Clement depicts stags drinking the water of life from a running stream. The hart or stag is also tied to both St. Eustace and St. Hubertus. The hart spring or hart well is especially esteemed among Catholics, Anglicans, and Orthodox believers. Psalm 42:1 is perhaps the most well-known reference to the stag or hart in Scripture, though there are many. The psalm says, "As the hart pants after the fountains of water, so my soul pants after thee, O God." St. Augustine connected the hart or stag at the well to Christian baptism. Our name Hartwell is the name of this religious symbol. Our logo is also a depiction of the stag at the waters of life seen in modern and ancient Christian iconography. We took great care in selecting a name that would be a true representation of the Christian nature of our educational offerings. Besides being the literal name of long-standing symbols of the church, it is also the namesake of 2 great Christian theologians, fulfilling the religious person option in the Florida statute. Thomas Hartwell Horne was an Englishman who wrote more than 40 works in bibliography, Bible commentaries, and Christian apologetics. Another religious person, Charles Hartwell, was a famous American missionary to Fuzhou, China in the 19th century, who translated a 1/4 of the New Testament into the Fuzhou dialect. And by the way, we do a lot of work in China and esteem Charles Hartwell for the work he pioneered there. As a side note, we work extensively with the persecuted church around the world. Many of these believers desperately need training not only in theology, but in practical things like administration, how to educate children, etc. These persecuted believers would be helped by just earning a non-degree certificate through our institution. But if it has to include nomenclature like the word Christian, for instance, it could literally cost some of these their lives. To these, we can only be known as Christians by what we do and not by what we call ourselves. The work is underground. For the reasons I have just stated, along with the documentation we submitted to your staff in September, we humbly ask that you consider our request for religious exemption under the name of Hartwell University. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Costito, if I may.
Yes.
Yesterday in our meeting, that specific institution was pulled. Was it pulled because we were waiting for the presentation and then we can consider it for vote?
We didn't realize, as I opened up with, we went through it quickly.
Right.
And this gentleman was here, and he didn't have a chance to catch our attention. That's why he's on the agenda today. Yesterday, we were in recess, so it's not a new meeting today. So that's why.
I understand. So is it our duty today then to
Yes.
vote to accept the
Yes.
affidavit?
Yes.
Okay. So are we entertaining a motion at this point?
Entertain a motion.
So move to accept the affidavit for Hartwell University?
A motion by Dr. Matos,
Second.
second by Ms. Bradley. We're in discussion.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have a question. Did you consider inserting the name Christian, Hartwell Christian University or Hartwell
We did.
University of Theology?
We did consider that, and again, the portion that I mentioned about our work with the persecuted church is one reason why we chose not to do that.
Okay. it definitely, to me, it.
Hold on one second.
Yes.
Please turn your cell phones off or put them in a silent mode or vibrate mode, please. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Mahoney.
Yes, I was going to say, thank you for explaining the name Hartwell. To me, when I first read the name Hartwell, it did not have a religious connotation to
Understand.
it. So, I don't know, I think students may not realize that, or others in the public, but I mean, I'm okay with it. I just wanted to state that it's definitely not obvious that it's a religious institution.
If I can comment, I mean, that would be a wonderful opportunity, especially in catalogs, when we have to talk about the history of the institution, what your name means. I mean, I graduated from a Christian college. Its name is Geneva College, and,
Sure.
Part of the pride is speaking to why Geneva is Geneva College, so.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I know I wear a St. Eubatarius medallion. I also have a ring as well and rosary beads, representing St. Hubert. So,
Right.
I mean, do you have that in your catalog, the history?
Yes, we do, yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you again, and I apologize yesterday. Okay? If
I
this
just
ever happens
appreciate
again,
it.
stand on a chair and wave, okay?
Right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Okay, going back to B. Okay, first of all, institution orders to appear back before the commission, we have none. Applications for provisional licensures, I have 1 through 18.
Mr. Chair, I move to consent agenda.
I have a motion by Dr. Matos,
Second?
second by Ms. Mulheron. Discussion for consent. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries for consent. Ms. Mulheron, which ones would you like to pull?
I had all my questions and comments answered by staff in advance, so I don't have any to pull. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Matos?
I think I have one. I have number 6.
Number 6?
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Okay. I have number 1. Ms. Bradley?
Yes, I have several. I have number 3, number 4. I also had number 6 and number 9.
Okay.
Okay, for the
And,
consent?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, if I may. I think I also have number 11. And let me make sure that I'm not going to miss anything.
Okay, take your time.
And I believe, just indulge me for a second, Mr. Chair.
Not a problem.
Make sure that I'm not missing it.
As soon as I put the lozenge in. She's tricky.
Can we move council out into the foyer? She's coughing.
May have to.
I'll take it. Yeah, the twins, right?
I said 6 and 11,
Riding
correct?
together.
Yeah, 6 and 11, sir. 6 and 11.
Okay. Okay, so please remember what I said earlier. If you get approved via consent, do not go back and start everything and post your advertising and the whole 9 yards. Please wait until you receive the letter from the commission office. So for approval, we have 2, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 12 through 18. Is that correct?
Yes, move to accept staff recommendations for those?
A motion by Ms. Mulheron
And I will second that.
and a second by Dr. Matos. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Please follow my guidance on that. This is the first time we're doing this like this just because of the numbers. Wait until you receive the letter because you will most likely have contingencies.
Oh, they do, all of them. have
Okay.
contingency.
And if you do start up right away, that can cause a violation, and that will bring you back to us. Okay? Okay, number 1, 160 Driving Academy. It's on the agenda for denial. but the institution submitted updated financial statements. And so we're going to change that recommendation to provisional. Please introduce yourself for the record.
Good morning. My name is Steve Gold. I'm the founder of the 160 Driving Academy, and with me is, Melissa.
That's great. Tess Cavalier, Director of Compliance.
Okay. We have a letter. We have the updated financial statements through September 30th, 2021. Their current ratio was off on the original one. With the resubmission, the one thing that was missing off this financial statement was your deferred tuition. But even with adding, it's $1 million worth of deferred tuition, but they are still at 8-to-1 current ratio. So they're far above the 1-to-1. So that made us switch from a denial to a provisional.
Mr. Chair, moves to accept an amended staff recommendation for the granting of the provisional license.
Thank you, Dr. Matos.
Second.
Second by Ms. Mulheron. The one thing I would ask, if you could just send a corrected financial, that includes the deferred.
Sure, we will do.
Okay.
Now, I would say it's a perfect example, not picking on you, perfect example. Had you have contacted, I know you talked to Ms. Muldrow, or someone talked to Ms. Muldrow several times, but what happens when we get phone calls from the janitor on up, it takes time. Had we have spent just a few minutes together, we could have told you that there are 16 truck driving schools, by the way, and over 5,000 students. So understand that we appreciate what you're doing, appreciate your offering. But this would have been a lot easier to do had you contacted. You could have gone to Ms. Hood, or you could have come in the office. Our doors are open. I have schools up all the time. And I understand that sometimes you, especially for brand new school, don't understand the process, but the commission is there to assist as best we can. Although we're regulatory, we'd be more than happy to go through everything that is necessary. And it really helps if you contact us directly as opposed to other folk. So with that.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Broward Miami Health Institute, Miramar.
It should say, that should not say annual, it should say provisional, Mr. Chair. That's denial. The application for provisional license is what that one should say.
Okay. It does say it in the last sentence.
Right.
Move
Mr.
to
Chair,
accept.
I pulled this institution. Ms. Paul, could you introduce yourself?
Is your mic on?
Yes, it's on. Good morning. My name is Jennifer Paul. I'm here as the owner of Broward Miami Health Institute.
Okay, Ms. Paul, you were here before. This is a reappearance for you.
Correct. I was here 4 months ago.
And can you tell us about what has changed since the last time you were here?
As far as what exactly? Because all I know is that Mr. Samuels was supposed to come in to inspect the school itself, and it met standards, but that was the only thing that was of concern.
Well, our denial, the reason for denial is the lack of management experience of the administrator of the school.
Okay.
You already know that?
From the letter that was issued. However, I did bring a sworn and notarized copy of my personnel. I would like to present it to you if you would accept it, possibly. I
don't
have a
think that
copy
we
for
can accept-
everyone to see.
Sent that in.
I've tried contacting you guys about this, but just to go over it, since I'm here, I'd like to say that I've been the owner of JP Healthcare Services, which is a home health agency in Miramar. I am the CEO and Director of Nursing for a skilled home health agency that is accredited. I've also have been an employee of Southeastern College in Miami Lakes. So I have 3 years of experience in teaching there, as well as McFadder, where I've also taught LPN students as well. And I don't see a reason to have any lack of management experience. I'm a nurse practitioner. I have 2 master's degrees. I went to Howard University. I worked at National Institutes of Health. I've worked at many hospitals as a travel nurse. So I do not see any reason for me to stand here to defend myself with this type of background.
Understood.
Well, I'm looking at your instruction administrative personnel sheet that you sent in, and it doesn't show.
For this exact reason, concern of retaliation for not being employed at Southeastern anymore. I don't understand why I'm applying for a home health aid, and I can't even get that. I don't understand.
I don't think there's anything personal.
I don't think that it is. And thank you for sharing with us your background. Quite impressive, if I may say. So touche,
Thank you.
like we say. But I think that probably there's a little bit of discrepancy with the way that you have described yourself professionally as well as educationally vis-a-vis the document that you submitted. So we cannot, sometimes, especially the staff, they need to rely on the information that is sent.
Okay.
And maybe you have updated it, terrific, wonderful, but sometimes when it comes to the deadline, we need to meet those deadlines, and then the staff has to continue to evaluate those applications and documents with what is in front of them. So please allow us a moment to take a look at this, okay? Thank you.
I would like to make a suggestion, since what you submitted is different than what a sworn affidavit would be based on your working credentials, that we amend the motion and add that as a contingency for this young lady to submit it, and then leave it up to the executive director to make a decision.
I think that's a wonderful compromise. And I think that it would leave it for her to submit the information, perhaps with what is being shared and now is on record publicly, that the staff can work with them, and then the executive director can just make the final decision.
Yeah, I think there was, a matter of inconsistency
Yes.
with the information, and so that's why staff made the recommendation they did. So I agree. I think this is a great way to.
To make that in a motion.
Yes.
Would you
So
mind
moved. So
We're
moved.
working with you, ma'am. We are.
Motion by Nancy Bradley.
And I will go.
Second.
Yeah.
I have a second by Ms. Mulhern.
And just for the record, what we're trying to do is just amend the motion so that we're going to grant a provisional license to the institution at this point. Okay?
If we get
Yeah.
everything.
If
If,
the conditions are met.
if.
Yes.
Also, may I please make a statement, if that's okay with you? I just want to let everyone know at the commission, I am not related to anyone named Max Paul that has to deal with another school. I just wanted to let you know that, because I believe there's a concern about that. I'm not related to Max Paul that's related to another school. Thank you.
Okay.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
So noted.
Thank you.
So, is there any further discussion? Hearing, please wait until you submit that, and then you'll get a letter back from the commission, okay? Right here, no further discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
God bless you all. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Number 4, Capstone Institute, Jacksonville.
Good morning, Dr. Albert Chester.
Good morning, Christy Bordelon.
Welcome.
Good morning. Mr. Chair, I asked for this institution. I have some questions. You are going to be, you are looking at pharmacy tech,
Pharmacy tech.
correct? Is that the only program that you're offering? Okay. All right. I found the online delivery to be somewhat confusing, and maybe you can straighten it out for me. Is this a change of ownership, or what's changing in this, and why? Can you explain what's going on?
All right, so in 2016, I came here as the Capstone Institute. I was the sole owner, and we were brick and mortar at the time. We did that for a few years, and recently, in 2019, we started the transition of ownership. So I brought on a partner, and we both started another corporation. So now I'm 50% owner.
Of this institution?
Right.
Okay, okay. That's where because I knew that, based on what I read, that there was a history.
Right.
So it wasn't a brand-new school, but yet, here you are with a new license, and it's because you now have a partner.
Right.
Are you equal owners?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then now tell us about how this is going to work with Farm Tech, because that's a very hands-on type of
Right.
program.
Right, without a doubt. So we have a didactic portion that's online. It's under Pharmacia, and that's a nationally accredited National Healthcare Association computer service that we use. And then after you complete that portion, you go on to the hands-on, where you do 160 hours at a pharmacy. And we have a national agreement and relationships with Walgreens, as well as CVS, as well as other local independently owned pharmacies around Jacksonville and even the state of Florida.
Okay, yes, I understand how that works, and that's great you have those contracts.
Right.
Several questions related to that. So what you're saying is that there won't be any hands-on on campus?
Right.
Is that correct?
Right, unless there's any type of issue or a question that the students may have.
All right. And this Pharmacia program, can you explain briefly what that's about?
Well, I mean, it's been vetted by myself as well as my partner, and it goes through everything that we go through, or that I went through when we were a brick and mortar. It tracks their progression. It tracks how long they're on it. It does everything that we needed to do in order to keep up with our students and to make sure they're on track. And we are in constant contact with them weekly, and we're always checking to make sure they're on it and completing it in the right appropriate time.
So is this an attendance tracking program, or is it also, are the lessons on there?
Yeah, it's lessons, it's both on there. So,
Okay.
right, so we're seeing all that stuff. We're seeing everything. We're seeing grades, we're seeing, where they're lacking at. I mean, the analytics on it is very 21st century. So we're seeing where we need to help at, where we need to give extra attention, so, yeah.
Okay. A couple of things that I wanted to find out about it. What about testing? How are you verifying the student's identity and that it is actually that student? Do they come in to take exams, or are they doing those online, or what? How does that work?
Right, so initially, when they do sign up, we do have a face-to-face meeting. And then when we do contact them, we have Zoom calls, so we're seeing who it is. And Pharmacia has a security policy which is set up by the student.
Okay.
And we can verify all that stuff.
So that's how the attendance is monitored, because that was one of my questions, because they do have to complete.
Right.
They have to physically complete those hours.
Right, and then, a big portion is to take the national certification, and when you have that, that's when you go into the Pearson Views, and you take that. So without a doubt, yeah, that has to be.
Okay, and this is asynchronous.
Say that one more time.
Asynchronous.
Yes.
So that's good that the program monitors attendance, because that would be very challenging to track a student when they're going on Friday night at 11 o'clock to
Right.
do their work.
Right.
Okay, also, you will accept students without a GED?
Yes.
Now, is there, and maybe as a contingency, that you share with us how there is no problem with your contracts with Walgreens or CVS if they require, high school diploma or GED? Because, I would trust that your ultimate objective is to get them hired
Right.
from the externship, and hopefully they keep them on as an employee.
Yeah, so to actually get a pharmacy technician license, that's not required. And Walgreens and CVS, they don't actually require a high school diploma or GED either. You just have to meet the standards set forth by the Board of Pharmacy.
Okay, but to hire, for them to be hired, does Walgreens or CVS have a policy on that? Can you verify that in, I'm sure you can find something to verify that practice so that'll be a contingency.
Right.
Because I would think that would affect the externship and possible employment. The other thing that I was a little confused about is you give them a year. Students have a year to complete the program. So how does that work with the tuition they've paid?
You want to explain that piece?
You mean with the refund policy?
Right, is that,
The
and Christy,
refund
you can move that.
Oh, thank
You
goodness.
guys are like,
I'm
you're
not
down
wearing-
here and he's
I'm
way
not
up there.
wearing my normal heels today, so I.
So this is the real Christy?
This is the real Christy, the real
Okay.
4'10" Christy.
Okay.
So the refund policy is in place based on what they've completed, as opposed to based on the time. Because why would you want to charge people if they did not get the education that they had signed up for?
Okay, so if a person has a problem and they can't finish, and when do they get the refund? Is the refund policy, does it kick in before the year ends? That's really what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, it would kick in before the year ends.
So you would do it, based on, you would
Based
apply
on
the
the
refund
percentage
policy?
complete.
So I have a problem, I can't finish today, I need to stop attending, but I really want to do this. So what, you would drop me and do a refund at that point, and then I
Well,
come back?
How long have you been enrolled?
Well, if I was, midway or something.
Well, you could have an option because you have up to a year. So
So
you could do a leave of absence where
Okay,
you're taking a formal break and it's not going to count against you. Or you can withdraw and then get the refund.
okay.
And most students aren't going to, if they're going to leave a short-term program like this, they're not doing a leave of absence. They're historically withdrawing.
Right,
And then you just do the refund and not worry about.
yeah. In this case, I think, let's work with staff a little bit on this,
Okay.
because I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yep.
That if the person pays, they're a week or two into it, they can't finish, they want to come back later, are you going to hold on to their money for a year, or are you going to, and that's really would be the best practice right there. And then you stay in touch with the student and then bring them back and, charge them for what they have left.
Right. Okay. We could do that.
Okay.
Should we also do the formal leave of absence policy within the catalog?
Well, I think I think that
Okay.
wouldn't hurt. But I do think if a student's going to be out for any length of time, you need to apply the refund policy.
Okay.
That's just best practice and what's best for the student. Now, are you going to enroll anyone out of state, since this is now online asynchronous?
Not yet, because we have to double check what you need state authorization wise for non-degree programs.
So do you see that as a possibility?
Yeah,
Why not? Yeah.
Because every state doesn't require actual training. So like, for instance, Georgia doesn't require an actual pharmacy technician school, but some employers in Georgia will prefer it. You know, they will not just hire somebody off the street to go work in their hospital. They want them to have some type of training, but it's not required. So, yeah, we do see that.
If I might, I think what you find is you're changed to CVS as a Walgreens, and by the way, I see that CVS is going to drop 300 drugstores here this
900.
next year.
Yeah, it's like
But those change, they have a standard practice, I think, whatever state you're in. So the private, you know, the little small ones that are left is the ones you'd have to deal with.
I mean, if they're going to go state, you know, they will have to follow the regulations for pharmacy tech. Some
Right.
of them, they don't require it. Some of them, they require a certification. Some of them
Right,
even
and-
require a
right.
testing. So it's really, the burden is on the institution to
Right.
inquire, which it's with each state that they would
Right.
like to recruit from.
Yeah, I think that, and that's very important,
Yeah.
especially in a short-term program like this. And it's fantastic that you have these contracts.
Well, and then now with the Sarah too, you've got,
Yeah.
it's an issue.
So,
Well, Christy's familiar with all this. She's
Christy,
been around
right, we
a
can-
year or two.
yeah, just a couple. So the direction then, of course, we've covered everything, but also that if and when you decide that you want to, or somebody catches your advertising and they're in Georgia or they're in Alabama or whatever, that you're going to have to make sure that really to enroll them, that person has to be able to be eligible to work wherever it is they live. So
Exactly.
that'll be on you.
Yep.
And keep the commission informed if and when
Yes.
you decide to make that leap.
Definitely.
Okay?
I'd like to make a motion. with
Yes,
those
I'd like to move to
contingencies
accept staff recommendation for approval
I'll second that.
And your added contingencies.
and all the added contingencies. Yes.
Motion by Nancy Bradley,
And I'll second it.
second by Dr. Matos. We're in discussion. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Monica.
Number 6, Donatello School of Nursing and Healthcare, Apopka. Wasn't that a Ninja Turtle?
Yes. That's the first thing I thought of. And then I know that the sculptor is Donatello, the original, but it's, that's who I
That's
thought
right, it
of.
is a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, Donatello. Oh, of course.
Was it Donatello? Yes, it was.
Hi, good morning. Natasha Nicholas, the President Director of Nursing for Donatello.
Welcome.
And my husband.
Good morning, Rito Nicholas, her husband. Good morning, Dr. Otero, Otero Consulting Group.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Nancy, you wanna start? I only have 2 comments, but I think probably you have a little more. You wanna start and then I'll piggyback on you?
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
All right. Good morning. And thank you for holding the door for me this morning. I had my arms full, and I always appreciate a helping hand. Staff, one of the things that staff is asking in their comments, which I think you probably have already seen, is about the verification of clinical agreements. And some of these, a lot of them were completed in 2020, I think, the
Yes.
original ones. At that time, the address on the agreements is a different address. Can you explain?
We've updated the address. I will forward Chris our new agreements that we
Okay.
have with the correct address on them.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, very good. And then you have two sites that are 200-plus miles away. Can you talk about those?
We're working on getting sites that are closer. Because of COVID, I've been having issues with the maternity and the psychiatric, but we are working on finding closer ones. But if we have to send students to clinicals, we have decided to go ahead and help with providing transportation to the locations.
Yeah, and you know if anything's over 50 miles, that's a requirement.
Yes.
And then also, if you're really going 200 miles, you're probably going to have them staying overnight, and then that would be something else that you'd have to work out.
Okay.
Okay. And also with your agreements, I noticed that more than one of them referred to RN and PN.
I put that there. At the time, I was thinking of applying for RN, but I've decided that with everything that's going on, it's better to just take everything slowly and just move forward with the PN, just because we want to provide quality service and ensure that our nurses, our students are receiving the education they need. So that's why I put a hold on RN and just want to move forward with the PN.
So your updated agreements refer just to the PN?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, and then, let's see. On catalog on page 8, and transfer of credit, I think it starts on page 8 and goes to page 9.
Yes.
I found that, in reading that, it was confusing
Okay.
about the acceptance of transfer credit, whether you do or whether you don't. And then catalog page 9, the entrance exam, are you still going to use the T's?
We're going to use the T's. We wanted to, on one page I had it at 45, but 45 is quite low, so we are bringing the standard up to 70%.
Good. Wow, okay. All right, that's good.
Wait. Did you say 70?
Yeah,
Score of 70 for the Ts?
yeah. It's pretty high.
That's pretty high.
That's pretty high.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll go back and look at the numbers.
Yeah.
in the
I would-
50s.
In the
Yeah.
50s.
Okay.
Yeah, I would, yes, and look around at what other schools are doing.
Okay.
That's always a good place now, since
right.
most people's catalog, not everybody, but
Okay.
many catalogs are online, so you can
Okay.
check them out.
Okay.
So I think in the transfer of credit or transfer with the previously taken Ts, you had a different score. That might have been what I was
Yes.
reading. So keep it all consistent, whatever
Okay.
you come up with. Page 29 in the catalog mentions nursing assistant home health aide program. So
We have also applied for home health aid.
you're doing both?
Yes.
Okay. All right, just wanted to make sure. And something that I noticed in your institution, and actually, it's something that is, I think, I see in a lot of new institutions, and that's in your budget. You didn't allow for any withdrawals that I saw, unless you changed that. Everybody has withdrawals.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that, because they can start a class and it's not right for them.
Okay.
Or something comes up. So make sure to budget for withdrawals.
Okay, we'll update.
Was it a peanut butter budget?
I believe it was peanut butter, yes. Yes, it was. Yes.
That was a joke from yesterday.
Yeah. All right, well, those are the comments that I had, and contingencies.
Would you like to make a motion with those?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to accept staff recommendation plus
I
what we've
have-
just discussed, and
I know,
plus
don't worry.
Dr. Matos has some.
We'll add the contingencies, but I want to get a motion on. May I have
Oh,
a second, please?
And I'm going to second it then, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Are you
I'm
Are you?
finished.
Good. Hi,
Hi.
my turn.
Okay.
Couple of things. I want to go directly to your catalog.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you, and I'm going to thank you for sharing with us that your plan is actually eventually to get to the RN program. So you answer one of my questions.
Okay.
And in regard to that, can you walk me through your academic progression policy for your PN program?
progression. So for example, if they're not doing well, okay.
Yeah,
So-
in our language, it's academic, satisfactory academic progress. But
Okay.
you have something in the catalog, and I'm hoping that I missed the fact that you divided it. Or is your satisfactory academic progress applicable to both the home health aide and the PN program?
It's for both. What I did do, and I noticed as I was reading, when you're reading last minute, you realize a couple of mistakes. I did go back and we're going to implement for students that are failing that's not doing so well. On Fridays, I want to have that day opened up for tutoring to help them to progress to where they need to get. The GPA was at a 2.0. We're going to bring it up to a 2.5 so they can have a B to pass the class, because I noticed that the grades were a little low.
And how many times can they repeat the courses in PN?
2.
Twice?
Yes.
So that's not in the catalog either.
Okay,
So
so
I am going to put a contingency that you have to revise your catalog with a academic progression and satisfactory academic progress specifically for your PN program, okay? So then that brings me to your, let's see here. Your academic calendar for your PN. So how many times a year are you going to accept students? Or, just walk me through it, I guess.
We want to accept students twice a year. The classes are not big. I decided not to go with a big class. We're doing 10 students, and we have 2 classes. That's for the PNs during the day. So we're going to do 2 in the morning and then 2 in the evening. So every 6 months, I would like to start a new class, so that way the students don't feel overwhelmed and they're able to take their time to learn.
Okay, so I'm going to also add a contingency to revise your academic calendar in your
Okay.
catalog, okay?
Okay.
And also, let's see here, your, your admissions requirement for your PN program. Let me get there for a moment. Do they meet with anyone as part of your admissions process?
They would meet with me.
Okay, so I'm also going to ask for a revised admissions enrollment process.
Okay.
That includes an interview with someone, okay?
Okay.
And let me walk to your faculty credentials, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So you are listing 2 faculty members. The both are going to be, the PNs, but you know that in the PN world, just like in nursing, you need to take a look at the specialties that those nurses have had in the past.
Okay.
Not necessarily, obviously your degree is important. So right now, the way that I see it, your faculty credentials do not meet the standards to actually address all of the different core competencies that is required in your practical nursing program. So I'm going to ask you to revise and really take a look and
Okay.
work with your consultant on identifying possible candidates to meet the different core competencies for your program, okay?
Okay.
And I believe, and I think that's it, okay?
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, good
Thank
luck.
you.
Number 9, KOE Barber Academy, Lakeland.
How you doing? My name is Oliver Green, owner director of KOE Barber Academy.
Welcome.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good, good. Now, I wanted to verify, you have how many locations?
Just one right now.
Just one?
Yes.
I thought you had 2.
Working on the second one.
This is the second.
Second
I
one.
thought this was the third.
No?
No? Okay. Okay, very good. And so that clears up a little bit, because I was thinking, how can you have 3 locations in Lakeland?
No.
But you're going to have 2 locations in
It'll be
Lakeland.
2 locations, yeah.
And, all right, and you feel like they're far enough apart that you're not going to cannibalize your
Yes, ma'am.
Market?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen the traffic in Lakeland lately?
I've been down there lately.
Plus, I'm happy that he's doing well because we got no barber shops left.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, we're happy for you.
Like you
That-
need one?
Yeah.
Okay,
I get a
and then,
discount.
as far as the information we have before us, you are the sole faculty member. Is that correct?
Yes, I have one in training right now, a young lady that works with me.
Okay, so right now it's just you.
Yeah, just me.
So let's just say you can't find somebody. You open, how are you going to manage this?
Well, like I say, she's working with me right now at the existing school. So that's who I am training for.
I see.
She's been with me like 7 years. So
I see, so you can be at the new school and the,
yeah, she'll be running the existing.
I see, okay, that's great. You know, but that's good, but just remember, it's your school, so you gotta make sure you're checking on everything,
Oh, yes.
which I'm sure you will.
Yes.
You probably do now, that's why you are doing well enough to open a second school.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fantastic. All right, that was all I had, so it's really no additional contingencies, it was just clarification.
Okay, motion, please.
Move to accept staff recommendation.
A motion by Ms. Bradley,
Second?
second by Ms. Mulharen. Is there any further discussion?
What do you charge for a haircut?
$8, man, for seniors.
$8?
For seniors.
Okay. Victor, yours would be free.
Oh, my gosh.
And you get a 90% discount. Okay, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Good luck with you.
Hey, thank you.
Oh
I'd like
my
to thank Ms. Cheryl Miller for preparing me for this meeting. She did an amazing job.
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate you saying that.
Thank you, good luck. That was the best line all day.
Yes, it was.
The whole meeting.
We're on number 11, Military Transition Academy.
Good morning, Commission. Eric Wright, owner, founder of the Military Transition Academy.
Mr. Chair, let me begin with a motion, move to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Dr. Matos,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Mulharen. Where is your location at?
Our brick and mortar location is in Indy, Atlantic, Florida. So due east of y'all, about 2 hours right on the coast, about a block in from the ocean,
Like,
just south of Cape Canaveral.
okay, thank you.
I pulled this one, Mr. Chair. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Fantastic,
It's
thank
Friday.
you. It is indeed.
Yes. I guess I pulled you because I wanted, as I'm reading through your program in your courses, and then I'm looking at your faculty, it was a little difficult for me to assess whether you had really the faculty with the right credentials to teach the courses, the program that we have in front of us. So can you first of all walk me through the ultimate intent of your program? What is the ultimate objective?
So the ultimate objective is military members, veterans, make very good project managers, most of them.
Okay?
All of our faculty were veterans, so we wore the nation's cloth, and we are now project managers, minimum 12 years, 15 years experience each one.
And
I've been doing it for a while, I'm getting a little long in the tooth.
Are you certified as project managers?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, all of
Okay.
our faculty that teach that track have to meet the certifying organization's requirements as well to be
Okay.
certified by them to teach the program.
Okay, carry on, please. Okay.
And then we have an internal certification. They have to have military service. They have to have had formal platform time, whether, in what we think of as a traditional college room, or were they at a military schoolhouse, so that they have instruction in adult education and delivery, experiential learning, that type of stuff.
And how long does it take to go through the program? Because I see I see that your program goes by topic, and then within the topics, you got your sessions,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? Okay, so in some of the sessions, I understand how they align, but then some of them don't. So are you going to be using, and maybe I'm adding here information that I shouldn't, but is it going to be one instructor per session, or there's going to be a team of instructors per session?
So there are two instructors, myself and Garrick Dennis, and he's primary, but between the two of us, we can cover any of the sessions. The sessions are, again, the curricula is all approved by the Project Management Institute, and they ultimately own the credential, the certificate.
So
So-
what drives the qualification of your program for your faculty more so than the degree is the project management certification? Would you see that as the?
Yes, because
as-
yes, ma'am, because we have to not only meet our internal standards, we have to meet theirs as well,
Okay,
just to deliver the program.
I see. Okay, so, all right.
So
So
we
I-
have a combination of experience, a combination of academics, and the two of us faculty that deliver the training.
Okay.
That's what you're asking.
And do you have, so as you are building this program, how are you going to hire faculty?
Well, we would hire them the same way we always have. So our internal criteria is, are they a veteran? They have to have military service. They have to have had formal platform time instructing adult students, so formal school time. And they also have to be, we submit their resume and their project management experience background, in addition to us, to the Project Management Institute for
Okay.
their endorsement as well.
So, thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am.
And obviously, as far as the degree is concerned, you meet the standards, but obviously for your program, it goes beyond just a degree. So I am going to add as a contingency that, first of all, the institutions submit to the commission the hiring criteria for that faculty, which, includes everything that he has shared with us today, and also to do a revised faculty credential listing that also accompanies the copy of the project management certification, since he just stressed that that's probably the ultimate in order to deliver the courses, okay?
Okay. Is this the only location that you have in the United States?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What else, what other business do the Vets 2 PM LLC, what else are they involved in?
So we're a training and placement company, and we are contracted. So we work with corporate America, we work with Department of Defense, we work with Department of Defense military units, we work with Department of Defense component agencies. There's about 27 of them. So that's what we do, is train government agencies, corporate America.
Yeah, I was looking at your
Fortune
financials,
500s.
and that's
Yes,
why I
yes,
asked
sir.
the question, because they look extremely strong. And so, makes sense that you do other things besides just a school.
Well, we got a finance guy running the finance shop, so.
He didn't go to Florida State, did he?
No, sir, I did
Good.
not.
Okay.
Do you take more than just military, you take more than just veterans, you train more than just veterans?
No, sir, we don't. And in fact, if I can humbly submit to the committee, I noticed that we have a contingency.
Yeah.
And frankly, that contingency, we can retract that, because the intent would be, since we do train DOD and military, we don't really see any reason why we would ever leave kind of our wheelhouse.
So,
Makes it
I would also recommend, since this is a very interesting program in your catalog, so, and this is just a suggestion, I'm not gonna add it as a contingency, but I would really strongly recommend that you take a look at your leave of absence policy and also your academic progression policy, because from the way that you're speaking about it, there's going to be a lot of one-on-one discussion, almost like a, how can I say, it's almost like a Socrates kind of collaborative learning environment in your program. So, think of competency-based learning, vis-à-vis what you have in your catalog. And again, this is my recommendation now from, being an educator with a couple of years of experience. So I think that probably that model will behoove you best.
And ma'am, we do use a lot of Socratic method when we teach, and we do a
I
lot of
figured.
experiential exercises because our folks, we run things a bit different in the military, in a military unit, using an operations order, for example, instead of a project management plan. They're the same thing.
Right,
It's just we don't call them those things.
right.
So,
So,
So I've
so
written that suggestion down, yes.
do look and read and expand your knowledge in competency-based learning and assessment. I think that that Socratic model of learning would actually tie in together.
Okay, let me ask one question. Disabled vets, how many disabled vets you think you've brought through that program?
well, I wouldn't be able to give you a firm answer, sir, because we don't ask, but I can tell you as a disabled veteran myself, over 75% of our company are disabled veterans. And in fact, we've run the Department of Labor Award 2 years running for our hiring initiatives. So I would expect that our number is probably somewhere in alignment with the macro numbers for the number of service disabled and retirees and veterans that would come out. Those would be where we'd start that projection, I would say.
Is there any further discussion?
Just a question, Mr. Cresitos, are we removing the contingency that's listed here? Okay. Thank you.
I have no further questions, sir.
Okay. There's no further discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commission. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
You want to take a quick break or
Yes.
10-minute break?
Yes.
Joey.
That was an interesting application. That was a very interesting.
Yeah.
Can't start yet. We do not have a quorum.
Where's she go?
Dr. Matos.
Joey gonna go knock on the door. Yeah, because he just got up and went over. Oh, here she comes.
Now we can begin.
Sorry about that, guys.
No problem. C, application for annual license 1 through 9.
Move to consent.
I have a motion by Ms. Mulheren for consent,
Second.
second by Ms. Bradley. Discussion for consent. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Mulheren, do you have any to pull?
Yes, I have number 2 and number 4.
2 and 4. Dr. Matos.
Well, I also have number 4, and that's it.
Ms. Bradley.
Nothing.
Okay, so approval for the consent will be 1, 3, 5 through 9. Did I get that right? All right, I'm on a roll today. Chair will entertain a motion for the,
So moved.
Second.
Lynn did first,
that was a dead tie.
but she was first. I
Okay.
know.
Motion by Ms. Mulheren, second by Dr. Matos. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. As I mentioned earlier today, if you do get approved by consent, okay, just like we did just now and earlier with new schools, don't go back and make your changes until you receive your letter from the commission. Okay, number 2, Cadet Technical Institute, Kissimmee.
Move to accept staff recommendation.
I have a motion by Ms. Mulheren,
Second.
second by Mrs. Bradley. We're in discussion. And we have
Hello.
somebody.
Wilmary Horta, school coordinator.
A school coordinator? What does that mean?
Well, I guess I do absolutely everything.
Okay. Who is the
Yes.
director of the school?
Me?
Oh, okay.
I do everything. It's me and the owner of the school.
I gotcha.
It's a peanut butter concept.
That's funny.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I pulled this one. Good morning. So I wanted to talk with you about your placement rate because it was reported as so low for last year, but then I saw the updated numbers improving for this year. Can you give us an update on how it's going now and a little bit more about the impact of COVID on your particular school?
The placement has been a nightmare because of the COVID. Also, most of the students that do the nail program, they finish the program and they want to stay home doing the nails. So that is a number that is not a placement. Some of them have little kids that don't go to school yet, so they stay in the house doing nails until the kids can go to school so they can go then to work on a salon or something like that. So it's very hard, even that we have the connections with salons and spas, always looking for manicurists and pedicurists, most of them stay home doing the nail. So what we do, or what I do, I have them on Facebook, I have their emails, and I'm always updating them with the new salons and spas that are looking for nail technicians to see if their situation change and they are allowed to go to start working. I have a luck, I will say, that one of the students opened a salon and said she took almost all the girls with them. So that helped me a lot with the placement this time.
So the people working at home, are they considered self-employed?
Yeah, if they're in law, yes. When we do the last class, we explain to them if that the state, like the DBPR, will give you the license to work in your house. If, for example, you close your garage, that there's no entrance to your house and you make a bathroom, they will give you the license for you to work at your house.
Okay.
But that's, that's money they had to spend. Some of them are rent, not own the house, so they're not allowed to do that. So in that situation, my hands are tied. I can just provide them with the information.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds
well,
like you do it all.
yes.
I do, yes. You have no idea.
Well, it sounds like you're doing what you can to improve, and it has improved. So
Yes,
just keep
thank God.
working with the students and graduates the best you can to continue to improve that, because it's still below the standard.
Yes.
So, we need you to stay focused on that, and hopefully things will continue to improve with the
Those
pandemic situation as well as the economy and so forth. So, thank you very much.
Anytime.
Okay, is there any further discussion?
I
Ms.
have
Bradley?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
So the students that you're talking about, the nail techs, are they getting registered
Like for
with
the new
with the
program?
DBPR? Are they getting their
Yes, all of
license,
them.
their registration?
That's another thing I do. When they finish, they stay with me and they stay with me and they don't leave until I apply for their license.
Good.
Yes, I do
Okay,
that
that's
to
great.
Each of them.
Right, because not everybody, but you can pretty much count on the fact if they have the license, they're working somehow, somewhere, doing something.
Yeah, the placement chart, I always put all the license numbers. So
Good.
yes, they don't
Okay.
leave the school until I apply.
Now, you're also approved for barber and cosmetology. Do you have students in those programs?
No, we don't. Since we open, I don't know what excuse to give you. The truth is that we don't have grants. So
Yeah.
we explain, we do have financial institutions, but they're not tied to the school because they can provide with student loans. They can call it like that. So we
Right.
give them the information, but if they get approved or not, that's something the school don't know because we are not in connection with the financial institutions.
Okay.
So
you
we're
furnish-
trying, hopefully now in January, we can start at least one of them.
You furnish those the information too, right?
What?
You furnish the students that information also.
Yes, yes.
I would update my resume. There's a lot of folk out there that use it.
Exactly.
I'm asking for a raise.
Or tell your director when you return that the commission recommended that you get a promotion or a title change or something.
Keep in mind, no commissions.
Well, good
Okay.
luck.
Is there any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank
you.
you.
Have a good one.
Thank
Okay.
you. You too.
Number 4, Healthcare Training of Florida, Spring Hill. This is a denial of the application for annual license and to conduct an orderly closure.
Good morning.
Morning. Please introduce yourself for the record.
My name is Kyle Weber. I'm Director for Healthcare Training in Florida.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I pulled this one so that we could discuss the denial, but also the placement. See if there's any updates that you would like to share.
Yes, thank you. Do have an update. We are at 50% on the placement that we reported. We are literally one graduate shy of exceeding the 60% benchmark. As I speak today, our career services advisor is literally meeting with one of the unplaced graduates, assisting her with resume prep, looking at available opportunities, and that student is also actively prepping for the certification exam. So we fully believe that she will be placed, with our assistance and her efforts, that she'll be placed in the near future.
You only have one student down there? That's the information?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. For which program?
No, for your whole school.
for your school? What do you have, how
No.
many students do you have in the home health aide and phlebotomy?
We have 2 programs. We have the home health aide diploma
Yeah?
and then the phlebotomy diploma. The home health aide diploma is correct. We had 1 graduate in the year, and she was placed. The phlebotomy program, we had 6 graduates that were available for placement.
Well, how do you keep that school open with 7 students?
Well, it's affiliated with ATA, Career Education, and a lot of, or not a lot, but all of the staff and support is affiliated with that school. So Healthcare Training in Florida was established because we saw a demand for shorter length, lower cost programs. So we decided to, open up that operation to kind of coexist with ATA Career Education to help fulfill that need.
ATA, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
ATA, one of our licensed schools,
It's
right?
Yeah,
a
yeah.
technological advantage
I see,
incorporated.
ATA,
Spring
yes.
Hill, yeah. I mean, it looks like that would be you got a money loser there at this institution, huh? I mean, ATA is pretty healthy group, but, I mean,
Right.
7 students.
Well, right. Well, we in addition to the 2 diploma programs, there are some continuing education courses and test prep that's offered there as well.
At the healthcare? At the healthcare training?
Yes.
So how many students you got? Sorry about that. Okay,
Yeah.
now it's on. How many students do you currently have with your prep training program? Prep
Right.
programs, sorry.
I apologize. Unfortunately, I can't give you the exact number. I can give you an estimate. Our director at the school was not able to attend today because of what was going on campus. But the enrollments in the test prep programs exceed the diploma program students.
Have we done a site visit recently?
Well, we probably ought to, commissions,
I think a site visit would be in order.
You know,
And also to
bring 'em
get a
back.
good sense of your contract, continuing ed.
Sure.
And
I wonder if, make this recommendation, if they would agree, we'll get Ms. Parton, if they would agree to do a 90-day hold on this and bring it back in January and give us time to do an on-site and see what we've got. I mean, it's something.
Would that allow us then to put the orderly closure on hold?
Yes.
And let's just see what's going on.
I would appreciate that. That's kind of actually what I was hoping would be, the outcome of today.
And also, you need to submit a financial statement just for that location. All the
Okay.
financial statements that were submitted were for the consolidated.
Correct.
Okay, so we need to see what your campus is doing, because then we can see what's in continuing ed revenue, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure, no problem.
And what we'll do an on-site, and we'll let you know when we're going to be there so you can have the appropriate folk there with the records and everything necessary for this particular location. And so I can come back and let the commission know exactly what you got going. I
Right.
mean, 7 students, that's just kind of unheard of for.
Which database do you use to keep your records? Is this ATA's database?
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Where your student records, do you have physical files or do you have paperless file?
Paperless. We
record
actually
keeping?
utilize the same management system that we utilize for ATA.
Well, that's fine, but when we get there,
Right.
we need to be able to look
Sure.
at what you've got.
Sure.
Okay,
And just a quick, as far as the enrollment, the numbers we're talking about were for completers or graduates from the previous year. Just would like to note that and I do think that this is probably attributed to COVID somewhat, that we did have a little bit of a slow start once the programs were approved. But in this new year, in the first 4 months, the diploma program has already seen increased enrollment. We actually have more enrollment than we had graduates the previous year.
So how many, this was asked earlier, how many students are currently in the school?
Right, sorry, I know so are you asking specifically about the diploma programs?
Yes.
Okay. Those, currently, I would say we have around 15,
Okay.
and I can verify that for you.
Okay.
Okay, sir, so you have a right to a decision on your application today, or you can waive that right and come back at the next meeting and address some of the concerns the commission has. But I need to advise you that you do have the right to make it to a decision today, or you can waive that right.
So if I'm,
You're waiving the right to a decision today and
Yes.
asking to come back at the next meeting.
yes, that's what I'd like to do, waive a decision today, please.
Okay, thank you.
Good choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then please work with staff, because again, this denial was for a closure of your school. So please work with staff.
Absolutely,
Okay.
thank you.
I mean, you did open 10/1 of 2019, right before the pandemic, so.
Right.
The timing of the opening of your school was not.
That's your school, right?
It was
Perfect.
unfortunate, yes.
So we'll,
You didn't have much control over that.
okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
And Angie, we'll be working out, we'll let you know when we're gonna be there so that you can have everything there. Okay,
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next section, application for extension of annual license. We'll do that by consent.
So moved.
Motion by Dr. Matos,
Second?
second by Mrs. Bradley. Discussion for consent. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Mulheren,
I have none.
Dr. Matos,
None.
Ms. Bradley.
None.
Chair will entertain a motion for approval of application for extension of annual licenses, items 1 through 6.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Ms. Mulheren, second by Ms. Bradley. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Not a biggie. You want to take this one at a time? Items
Please.
1 through 43.
Please.
Chair will entertain a motion for consent.
I was going to suggest that, Mr. Chair. How about if we go consent?
Okay, Dr. Matos,
Second.
second by Ms. Mulheren. Discussion for consent. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Mulheren,
I have none.
Dr. Matos,
I got 5.
Good choice.
5 going once. I believe that's all I, 31. And that's it.
that's it?
Yep.
Ms. Bradley,
I had the same, and then I also have number 7.
is that it?
That's it.
Okay, for approval, we have 1 through 4, 6, 8 through 30, 32 through 43. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Move to accept those staff recommendations.
I'm on. A motion by Ms. Mulheren,
Second.
second by Dr. Matos. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Again, remember my instructions regarding consent consent approvals. Okay, number 5. Center for Professional Training and Development, Orlando.
Move to accept staff recommendation.
A motion for approval by Dr. Matos.
Which one, number 5?
Do I have a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Bradley. We're in discussion.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I think.
Hold on a second, hold on a second.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning. Can you please introduce yourself for the
Morning,
record?
Anthony Francois, Director.
Welcome.
Dr. Loshard, Office Manager.
Welcome. Go ahead, Dr. Matos.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I pulled this one because the recommendation from the staff is actually to deny the application and also to conduct a orderly closure. We wanted to give the institution an opportunity to speak to the regard and see where we are.
Would you like to make any comment that your school is being denied and for you to conduct an orderly closure?
Well, sir, initially, I did a change of ownership, and then, it didn't go through yet because of, the staff and everything else, so I was wondering when, when can it go through or, situation.
Actually, I think, Mr. Francois, there was some, you had alleged there was some improprieties there, some sort of perhaps fraudulent activities. Can you tell the commission what that was?
Well, the thing is, this that we had advertised for different programs that we didn't do, and they said, like something like Connecticut or something, there's some kind of another school would use a school name in Connecticut, which is done.
I didn't do it. Yeah.
Always under control back there? Okay.
Well, I think that, and he understands, Mr. Francois understands the recommendation and actually agrees with it. So I think that probably at this point, the best thing is you do agree with closing the school.
Oh, no, we don't.
Well,
We
that's
don't
not
agree
what,
with that.
Ms. Loshaw was the one who was
that's
trying
not
to
what you say.
No, sorry. Ms. Loshaw was the one who was trying to get the school initially. And then, afterwards, when I spoke with her, because the thing is, we haven't communicated in a while. When I spoke with her, and I asked her what was going on.
I have a letter here from you, Mr. Francois, it says, please remove this school. We have decided to close this campus. We have decided to close this campus. The school no longer wishes to desire or offer its previously approved programs at the Atlanta campus. Investigation is underway for any and all fraudulent activities located at this location.
Right, because the thing is, I thought there was something going on. If someone was reusing our school name, and I know that I didn't do anything as far as that. So I said, well, if there's something going on,
Well,
I want to be part of it.
I guess at this point, the recommendation is that we deny this application, and then if he wants to go to administrative hearing, then we can get to the bottom of where we are.
Okay,
Not a problem.
And this is just for the Orlando campus?
Yes, this is the Orlando camp.
Not North Miami?
No, it's Orlando, Florida, 5314 Silver Star Road in Orlando.
I have a question.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Do you have students?
Yes, we do. We do have some patient care technician students and home health aide.
Okay, you guys need to get on the same page.
Well, that's one of the problems.
Because Mr. Francois is shaking his head no,
Well,
and you're saying yes.
He's in Miami, and mostly I work in Orlando, so I am the one taking care of a few things, and a lot of deficiencies that was mentioned last week, we resolved that. I have been sending packages except the financial statements. We have provided everything else.
Okay, well, the recommendation is to deny it, and we'll go to administrative hearing, and you can present whatever you have, and we'll get to the bottom of what the issues are.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we need to know about the students, who they are, where they are, and what you're doing with them.
Okay.
You have 57, it says. Is that how many you have, or is there less?
It's around that, in between 57.
They're in home health aid is what you're saying.
Home health aide, patient care technician, and dialysis, dialysis technicians.
Okay.
Can I ask I guess, I don't know, just a question, procedural question. So you received an email from the school that they wanted to close the school. correct?
Fraudulent activities.
Okay, and you requested from the school to be withdrawn from the agenda because they were voluntarily closing the school?
Exactly.
Okay,
But the recommendation is to deny it so that we can go through the process.
I understand.
And what we'll also do is, let's schedule an unannounced at some point shortly, and we'll take a look at it. You
So,
might not want to see
Can-
Jason show up.
if I may ask, sir.
Go ahead.
So, sirs and madam, since you submitted, we have on record correspondence from one of the officers to close the school. I guess I'm just curious to know what kind of communication have you shared with your staff and students regarding the possible closure of this campus in Orlando?
At the moment, nothing. I wasn't aware that you guys received an email about closing the school. I don't know.
How
Who-
often do you both communicate?
Well, the thing is, like I said, my thing was the school was supposed to be run by Ms. Blanchard. So I thought the trade of ownership was being done within the process. So I was waiting for that to come to the meeting to do a change of ownership.
There's a difference between a change of ownership and you're sending a notification that specifically illustrates the language of closing a school. Huge difference.
No, ma'am. The
Yeah,
thing is,
there's a huge.
when I received all the discrepancies that was happening at the school, as far as our fraudulent activities, whatever, those things were not, I know
Okay,
that.
I guess, and
Dr.
thank you for
Matos?
that, but I guess you answered my question, so nothing has happened.
Right.
Okay,
Once they go to the administrative hearing, then they have an opportunity to present everything.
I understand, but sometimes, Mr. Chair, I asked the question because obviously if the school is voluntarily wishing to close, there would have been some sort of procedure already taking place
That's
in
right.
planning,
Already
but
noted.
apparently no.
But as already noted, the young lady didn't even know that the school
Right,
was closing,
right.
so. We'll just take it to administrative hearing, so you have a stay until all that flushes out, so.
Yeah.
Okay? Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
We also have 7 in this section?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 7, Cindy Lee's Facial and Nail Institute, Daytona Beach.
Good morning, staff. How are you?
We're good.
Commission?
It's Friday.
It's always so nerve-wracking to stand up here.
Well, Cindy,
I don't have to do it very often. I think I was in this position 6 years ago. Yes, Dr. Bradley.
oh, well, thank you. You gave me a promotion.
You deserve all the promotions you can get for doing this job. Yes.
I really just wanted a clarification, and I would have asked you at break, but we didn't connect, having to do with, you're discussing doing some online education. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. Well, it went very well. Cindy Lee's closed for about 3 months. I shut the school down in March, and we were closed for, it was actually 2.5 months. And in that window, we got approved for a platform of doing distance learning. So just keeping the schedule on target, not wanting to disappoint the February group, we continued their lessons online. The school was shut down, but we were able to do it through email. We were able to do it and started a platform through a company called Talent LMS. Love them, signed up for it. My graduation rate in 2020, my tuition shot up. I don't know, sorry, the accountant back there knows more than me, but I think my increase was over 60,000, just
Wow.
an increase by the time that it saved. And most of our graduates we've been in this so long, we're on 3rd generation. We did grandmothers. We trained people to go to work for dermatologists, plastic surgeons, and day spas. And a lot of them already know where they're going to work when they come into our school. Presently, we have 12 active students that were not online, and I see a big difference. Whenever they come into the school and they already have the knowledge of the layers of the epidermis, they already have the knowledge of some theory words, it makes a better student. So I would like to apply for.
Well, that's really what
Yeah.
I was getting at, and I don't know if you have, I didn't see any of our usual documents. I understand that you did this during the pandemic, and
Right.
that's
It
great.
should be on the
Everybody had to pivot.
January agenda for the online.
She's on okay. Well, Mr. Ferguson, so you've submitted it?
I have done everything, I
They're on
think.
the January agenda?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think
that's
I'm,
great. So that's fantastic.
yeah.
All
Is that
right.
it?
That's it. We'll see
Oh
you
my
then.
gosh. I talked my mother into coming today.
All right. Enjoy.
Do you know what she made me do yesterday? She says, Cindy Lee, honey, we've got to stop at Walgreens. You have to show the commission pictures of your school. I'm like, Mom, they don't want to see pictures of my school. So I have pictures of my school. I'm making my mother happy. May I present these to Miss
I
Susan?
tell you what, if you'll send them in, I'll have them blown up and we'll put them on the January agenda.
There we go.
I'll put them on the January agenda.
All right. Thank you, Cindy.
Is your mother watching you right now?
She's right there.
Mom, she submitted the pictures, Mom. We have them on record.
She's very proud of my almost 40 years.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, we're not done yet.
I'm ready to sit down. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
So the school's been open since 1994. They've been around a long, long time.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, 1986.
Okay, well, our
But
sheet-
yeah, I know,
our
that was
sheet-
back when it was,
Our sheets say 1994.
no problem.
Okay, and before we take a vote, not good to correct. That was a joke. You know, she was very smart to convert to, to online. The Daytona area, when the pandemic started, did not get hit hard, because I know I had one of my campuses open the entire time. So what she did was a very good move to support your students.
I appreciate
So,
that.
My hat is off to you, and I looked at the financial statements, and what she told us is accurate. So you did good.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mama do the decorations?
No, I did. Oh, she helps. She's moved to Florida from Katy, Texas. So she's living in Daytona Beach now. The first time in my entire life. I moved to Daytona when I was 18, and I've never had any family, but now my
Did you
Mama,
say
stand up.
Katy? Katy,
my
Texas?
mother, Mary Sandin,
Is that Katy, Texas?
Katy, Texas.
Katy, Texas. I have spent wonderful time around Katy, Texas, with those big white geese that come through there. And there's also the world's best barbecue down there in that old filling station in Katy. I guess it's still open.
Oh, yes. Oh, it is.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. I feel
Yes.
like I'm in an episode of Welcome Back, Kotter, with Epstein's mother signing the notes.
No, my mother's not going to be taking the courses. She's 80. I'm just happy she'll come by
No,
maybe
she
vacuum the
cannot be
floors.
80.
Okay.
She looks
Yeah.
so young.
Okay,
Yeah.
the chair will entertain a motion.
She gets a lot of facials.
Free.
There you go, Dr. Bradley. There you go. Yep.
Move to accept staff recommendation.
Motion
Second.
by Ms. Bradley,
Second.
second by Ms. Mulheron. We're in discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
You have to bring your mom to the January meeting because that's
I
for the
will,
online.
which brings me to this. So in January, okay, my next, we cannot take any enrollments until March 2022. We're full. Because once the pandemic hit, we started only taking 6 at a time. So is it possible, what is the date of the January meeting? I'm sorry.
11th and
11th.
12th.
11th.
Okay, I can't promise anybody that they could do a little bit online until I get the approval. Okay, darn it. Okay, can you move me sooner?
I would suggest, I would
Victor. I know, I'm joking. By the way, I'm new to him. He doesn't know me.
I would suggest highly that you say thank you.
Thank you.
And have a seat.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. I love your enthusiasm. Okay, we're on F.
Lord. help me.
Application for license by means of accreditation, we have one.
31, I think.
Oh,
is-
I'm sorry, my bad.
Got confused.
My bad, I
You
didn't
got
see it.
excited
You got
over
Cindy
facials.
fused.
Sigma Institute of Health Careers, Oakland Park.
Ain't nobody here.
And this is a closure of the institution, correct?
Yes, it is.
Have a motion, please.
Move to accept staff recommendation, Mr. Chair.
I have a motion by Dr. Matos. Do I have a second?
Second?
Second by Ms. Mulheron. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. This is totally different than yesterday's meeting.
Yes.
Okay, now application for license by means of accreditation. We have one school, Parisian Spa Institute, Jacksonville.
Are they here? Oh, yes.
Anybody here?
Yep.
Think so.
And Bob, her husband, is not a Gator fan.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Almost. I'm Linda Fontenot with Parisian Spa Institute. I'm the owner and director of the school.
So do you do everything as well?
I try not to these days.
Okay.
And by the last name, you can tell she's an LSU fan.
I'm from Arkansas, and we beat the Tigers last week, so. Suey Pig.
Everybody beat them this year.
Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
And second.
A motion by Dr. Matos,
Second?
second, I got you, by Ms. Mulheron. Discussion?
No.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. And thank you, Victor.
We haven't voted yet.
We're not done.
Sorry.
We're not done yet. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now you can say thank you.
Thank you to Victor. I appreciate it. First time working with him. And Mr. Bowman, he's done a great job too. And thank you to everybody, board members, for all that you do. I sure do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, annual review of license by means of accreditation, items 1 through 15.
Move to consent, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Dr. Matos,
Second?
second by Ms. Mulheron. Hearing no discussion for consent, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Nancy.
Ms. Mulheron,
I have none.
Dr. Matos,
8.
8.
Yep.
Somebody beat you to it.
Oh,
Ms. Bradley?
I had 8.
Okay, that's a magic number. For approval of items 1 through 7 and 9 through 15. Did I get that right? Okay. The chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Bradley, right? And a second by Dr. Matos.
I think I'll
I'll second.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Dr. Bradley.
Dr. Bradley.
Is there any further discussion on those schools? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8.
So I think that probably Ms. Bradley and I were thinking the same thing. This institution, the recommendation from the staff is to deny the license by means of accreditation.
And we're moving them back to,
Regional.
Provisional license.
Provisional, and it's 22. I think we have 21 there. It should show 22.
okay?
And also, did I see whether in the contingencies, I think the renewal for their accreditation, we don't have that.
Okay, Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved, sir.
Motion by,
With the corrections.
correct. With Dr. Matos, motion,
Second?
second by Nancy Bradley. You're never gonna live that one down.
Right. I'll take it.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Application for program approvals or modifications, we have one, the Dolly Monroe Beauty Academy, Tampa. We have somebody here.
Hello, everyone. My name is India Hankins. On behalf of Dolly Monroe Beauty Academy, I am the Academy owner and director.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
I'll move to accept staff recommendation.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Nancy Bradley, second by Dr. Matos. Discussion?
Yes, sir, if I may. Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yes, your online program edition, the sheet that I am looking at, you're taking the program you already have, and then you are moving to online, but can you explain how that's
Yes.
going to work?
Absolutely. So we are going to be offering our theory hours online. During the pandemic, like most other schools, like you said before, we all had to pivot. And what we found is our students absolutely loved that option because, you know, we have a lot of working moms and things like that that are actually looking to do a complete career change into the beauty and aesthetics industry. And so they took it upon themselves to enroll in that program during that opportunity. And it's been amazingly successful, and we want to continue that opportunity.
Okay, is it going to be, is it synchronous or asynchronous?
It's going to be synchronous because we're still going to have our students come in on a weekly basis to still do their hands-on curriculum hour requirements as well. So they will be doing both.
Okay, so now, so that I understand that's what makes it hybrid, because they're
yes.
coming in and online.
Absolutely.
So will the delivery of the theory be done all at once? Meaning that everybody has to be on their computer at the same time to get that?
Previously, that is how it was done. Now we have a learning management software system that we're going to be utilizing. The cool thing about this system is that all the videos are completely interactive. They will still meet with one of our instructors on a weekly basis as for their check-ins as well. But with our learning management system, the videos are completely interactive with the program. And so in addition to, they can't skip forward or fast forward through the videos. They can't copy paste any of the text and things like that. So it really is going to give them the opportunity to still receive that same theory lecture that they would be receiving in person.
Okay, did you name that?
I'm sorry?
Did you give us the name? What is the software?
Thinkific.
Thinkific? Mm-hmm. And who publishes that?
I believe that's the name of the company.
Okay, very good. So by what you're saying then, so the students can access this at any time?
Correct.
They log in, they can pull up the lesson?
Yes,
They
we
can-
do have it where they're required to turn in all their assignments by Friday morning. So pretty much at 11:59 on Thursday, the system will kind of close off. So any assignments and things like that, you know, at that point in time would have to be submitted at that time in order for them to attend the in-person class.
Okay, so this makes it asynchronous, meaning they can go on at different times. They don't all have to be on at the same time.
They don't have to be on at the same time for that portion, but when they meet with their instructor for their kind of like check-ins and things like that, they will meet with their instructor.
On campus?
No, it's still virtual for that.
Yeah,
They
it sounds-
do, go ahead.
Sounds like what they're doing online is they'll have a, meet with the instructor.
Yeah.
For a certain period of time, have a threaded discussion, and then at their own will, log on to the system.
Right, right, and then do the, so are they coming into campus?
Yes, they do come into campus for all of their hands-on portion.
Okay. And do you have a clinic?
Yes, we do.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Who recommended the software? Did you find it, or was it the accrediting commission?
I actually found it myself. I've used it, I've taken trainings on it, and I just kind of was nosy enough to figure out what other people were using. I liked it because we could develop our curriculum from the ground up. So all the videos were made by our staff, our instructors. All the demos were utilizing previous recordings that we have with our dermatological partnership schools as well. So we kind of were able to customize our learning management software instead of using the traditional My Lady Cengage platform.
Very good.
Good. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to comment that I had previously reviewed all of your policies, and I really feel that it was a very comprehensive plan that you put together for your online. I always look at things like attendance and student response time, things like that. So that was all great. The only thing I just happened to notice was on your tech support, that it doesn't say when that tech support is. Is that a 24/7 support?
Yes, so it is 24/7 tech support. That may be something that we can add into or should add into our catalog so students know that in the learning management software, it does address that. And there's actually an opportunity for students to actually click a link and they will have two-way communication with their instructors. If it's after school business hours, then the instructors will have 24 hours. It has to be responded to within 24 hours.
Okay, great. Yes, if you could just add that, that would be terrific.
How about weekends?
Same thing. So it would be outside of business hours if it's outside of our Saturday classes that we're currently offering. So Sundays would be pretty much our only weekend day. But they would be responded to by Monday.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion for extension of license for 1 year, Excelsior Ultrasound Institute, Orlando.
Move to accept staff recommendation.
A motion by Dr. Matos,
Second.
second by Ms. Bradley. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion for extension of license, items 1 through 8.
Move to consent.
A motion by Mrs. Bradley for consent,
Second?
second by Ms. Mulheron. Hearing no discussion for consent, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Mulheron?
I have none. I think there were a couple of schools that had their second extension, so the next one will be the last one, but
Right.
don't need to pull them. Thank
Dr.
you.
Matos?
None.
I have none.
The chair is looking for a motion for approval of items 1 through 8.
So moved?
I'll second.
Motion by Mrs. Bradley, second by Dr. Matos. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion for third extension of license, Barber and Beauty Institute, Orlando.
The last one.
Well, I'll move to accept. Do we have any intel on this that,
Not other than what you see there.
okay. All right. Well, we'll move to accept.
Yeah,
Do you
motion
have
by Ms.
anything,
Bradley,
Austin?
Second?
second by Ms. Mulheron. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. L, motion for request for extension of time to comply with contingencies. SAE Institute of Technology, North Miami.
She's here. Why does that sound so familiar? Oh, there you go. That's why.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Michelle Ernst, Chief Academic and Compliance Officer for SAE Institute North America.
And you realize this is your third and last extension, correct?
No, that wouldn't be accurate.
My apologies. This is just for a request for extension of time.
Yeah, they have an ACCSC issue. Can you tell us a little bit about that? The ACCSC?
Sure. We were placed on academic warning, notified in August. The meeting took place in February. We've had 2 informal conversations with ACCSC since then, and they notified us that there were no areas of non-compliance, that it all revolved around our financials. And I will also say that the response that they want is due in January because the information that they're asking for, we don't physically have. So they're asking for our audited financials from FY21. Our financial year is July 1st to June 30th. They're also asking for our financials year-to-date for July 1st through the end of December. Again, not something we have yet. So there's a little confusion, I think, as to exactly what the commission was asking for. We're happy to provide the ACCSC response, but that's what we would need the extension for, is because it can't be generated.
Okay, so let me understand this. I understand your financial year, but then do they want audited statements from July 1st through December 31st, and the meeting is on January 13th?
They want the audited financials for FY21, and then they also want year-to-date, not audited, but year-to-date actuals for July 1st to December 31st.
Okay.
As well as the budget for the remaining
I was gonna
6
say
months
that.
of the fiscal year.
That would be tough to get
Oh, you
audited
bet it would.
financials out in 13
Yeah.
days.
It's hard enough to get it done in the 6-month window we have.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion.
I would move to accept the staff recommendation.
A motion by Ms. Mulheron,
Second.
second by Dr. Matos. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Empire Beauty School, West Palm Beach.
We have someone here, I think.
Here we go.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome.
Mr. Chair, move to accept staff recommendation.
I have a motion by Dr. Matos. Do I have a second?
Second?
Second by Ms. Mulheron. We're in discussion. Would you like to make any comments about the action, or?
I would not. I'm actually filling in as proxy for the West Palm Beach director. He was unable to attend today. I'm the director of the Tampa campus.
Well, they know what, they've been notified.
Yes, my home office
Yeah.
let me know that they had provided already everything that had been asked for.
We make sure we've done that, so.
So you pulled a short straw.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Somebody owes you one.
Yeah.
And this next one, Mr. Chair, the financials have been corrected. This is, this institution does teacher prep. And,
Yes.
and
They're all over.
anyway, we've gotten all their information in, and so the recommendation is for provisional license, not denial.
Okay, please introduce yourself for the record.
Yes, sir, Chair. My name is Andrew Roselle. I'm the program director for I Teach Florida.
Okay, welcome.
Familiar with it, very popular in Texas.
What's that?
You have operations in Texas as well, correct?
We have operations in 7 states.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Familiar with the Texas one. Good, they do a good job.
Yeah, our teacher ed has accepted their program, which is, says a lot for them, really.
Yeah.
while they're looking at that, I will say, you have a new guy that has contacted us. Are you the new guy, or how long have you been around?
I've been with the operation since the beginning.
Okay, whoever we talked to was a new guy, and he was not, I guess it was a he, was it a he that we talked to? Anyway, they were not familiar with what it was we were requesting, so, when there's an issue, call us.
Yes, sir. I
And if
know,
the
I
new
know who
guy
you're referring
doesn't
to.
understand, you need to tell him to get with you guys that,
So,
sir.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry. Mr. Ferguson said that the financial structure has been resolved.
Yes.
So does that mean that we need to rescind our motion and then submit a new one?
We don't have a
we
motion
don't have a
yet.
motion yet.
Oh, I thought that we
It's
did.
for provisional license.
Okay.
Yes. Instead of orderly closure, it's for
Right.
provisional licensure. Their current ratio meets the 1-to-1.
So how about if I make a recommendation, sir?
Can I clarify real quick? Is
Please.
this to approve the change of ownership as well? Because that's what they're on for.
Right.
So we would be approving the change of ownership, which
Yes,
would move them
correct.
to provisional. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
That was part of my question, sir. Jenna, you read my mind. Huh? Wonder Woman? That's you? Jenny.
Where does it say it's a change of ownership?
In the comments.
And at the
The
top,
change of ownership is a substantive
Ellie-
change.
Ellie's
Under
Smile
comments.
Holdings has purchased the Edge Hold Company, an LLC. The agreement, plan merger, everything is part of the exhibits that you have.
So
That's
really,
why-
Okay,
in
it's
the
in
change of ownership for the new owners, it was a structure.
That's
I
why
was
there
reading the
was
staff recommendation.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was why there was some misunderstanding as terms of the financials and everything else.
So in other words, are we approving the
have
change of
everything.
ownership? Okay.
Yes.
So not denying, so therefore we need to, okay. So can I make a motion?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see if this comes out right. Move to approve the change of ownership and place the institution with, and grant a provisional license to iTeach.
Okay, I have a motion by Dr. Matos,
second,
second by Ms. Mulheron. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, branch campus applications N, name change O, agent trading and P, program terminations, which are none. Approved applicant letter sent, license sent, closed school report. We'll take that all together.
move to accept the staff recommendations.
I'd like to make a motion, or, thank you, Ms. Mulheron.
A second?
Second by Ms. Bradley. We're in discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Comments of commission members?
I'd just like to say thanks to everybody. It's so great to have staff here and, the team here, everybody did a great job and we're done before noon and happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I think staff did an excellent job along with the administration of dealing with the new schools. And thank you, commissioners, for replying to staff when they asked for your comments regarding the new schools, because we wouldn't be getting done before noon.
And the next commission meeting will be here January 11 and 12, and we'll be in Legends, which is over where the golf course is. And iTeach thanks Catherine for making sure they've got their stuff together.
It's nice to feel the vibrations again, all of the good vibes from that part of the room to us. And looking at your face is amazing how loudly your body language speaks when your schools come up, because sometimes we need to look at you to see if we're saying the right thing and interpreting it. So thank you for that. It's nice to have you back.
Yes.
So since
Very
we are in the thankful mode for Thanksgiving, and also I want to wish everyone, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want to wish everyone also a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year, since we're not going to see each other until January.
Yep, thank God 2021 is coming to an end.
Yes.
And one last thing about staff, and the fact they're back, I love it, but this agenda and everything is a perfect example of what I've always said. If you're in charge, make sure whoever the heck is working for you is a lot smarter than you. Real good when they are.
They're wonderful
Bravo.
So thank them,
Yeah.
Joey.
Bob, you must have Bob, you must have excellent staff.
Oh.
The best.
When I was in college, I read a great book, the best book ever for leaders, called by David Halberstam, The Best and the Brightest. Because that's what John Kennedy did. When he went in the White House at the age of 43, he said, I'm going to surround myself with the best and brightest people I possibly can and just float. So that's
Well,
what you
there
do.
you go, right there.
The best and the brightest.
And Joey will thank them.
Based on that, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. You did an awesome job.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks,
Yes, yes.
everybody.